Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and autumn has fallen here in Tennessee, but I don't tend to see very much of that happening around here, do you? No. Look at this, we got green grass, we got green leaves. Uh-oh, whoops, the first leaves have fallen. More leaves, other leaves. Oh no, it's here, fall is here. I'm thinking I want to revisit an old habit of mine from Season 1 of HermitCraft. When the seasons would change, I would actually rip up my lawn and my starter base, and I would put down leaves in the form of wool carpets in the fall, snow in the winter, plant a bunch of flowers in the spring, and then go back to like a green, kind of grassy setup for the summer. Just to kind of show the passage of time and, I don't know, just kind of mark the turn of the year. So I'm thinking, you know, we'll just do it kind of basically the way we've always done it. We will take advantage of, we got some new stuff in here. We'll leave, like, the coarse dirt a little bit. We'll have some patches of moss poking through. We'll have a little bit of this stuff here and there. But then when we get to things like this, where we've got these trees and these shrubs, I realized we could maybe have some fun with blocks that didn't exist back in Season 1 of HermitCraft 10 years ago. Maybe we bust out some concrete powder, some red sand, maybe even a little bit of coral. Although we're going to have to get creative with that. I don't think the coral would work very well on this. But once we get into the trees that have a little bit more volume into them, you could waterlog something inside of there. We could see that might be something. But, I don't know. I'm going to just start messing with laying the groundwork here. Get it? Groundwork. You know, I can just kind of randomly scroll around, placing blocks. I feel like realistically, if I was going to do this methodically, I would want to like stand in one place and be like, okay, we don't want the orange to touch the other oranges too much, but sometimes it's okay. But realistically, I'm probably just going to wander in little circles for a little bit and, you know, just place things as they make sense to me. Just very organically just build this out. This is part of the fun of doing organic terraforming, is that you can just live it. You can just experience it and chill. Oh, I had forgot there even was mossy carpet. I should probably check to see if there's any other game adding blocks or game additional blocks or whatever from the last 10 years that would complement this. But yeah, we'll leave a little bit of green peeking through for right now, I think. And especially because it's only really the beginning of autumn here in Tennessee. So I don't want to go all out yet. I like the idea that by the time we get into the end of November, maybe all the green is gone. But for right now, we're just going to start having a little bit of leaves, just like patches like this even, maybe, for the beginning of September. And then we can come back to this over the course of the next month and a half, fill it in, and then snow it over for December. So let's get going now. Time skip. I sure am excited to go ahead and remove some of these lichen blocks here. I hope you're liking this episode so far. You don't need to like and subscribe, because honestly, the algorithm is terrible. I was thinking maybe we could combine the red sand and the orange concrete on top of this. I was wrong. Okay. Was there a trick that I used for these last time? Oh, no, it's that the moss blocks aren't gravity blocks. Okay, so maybe what we're going to do is we're going to get the orange wool, which is not a gravity block, and we're going to put the slightly lighter orange concrete powder on top of it. That'll work well, I hope. So let's try this again. So we're going to put orange wool here, slightly lighter orange concrete powder, so it looks like there's like a little bit of a light gradient, a little bit of shadow there, right? Then we're going to take this dead bush, put the dead bush right there. Hey, that's looking pretty good. And it'll look even better once we throw that on it. You might say, Joe, that I don't know about that contrast. I don't know. Well, once we start getting the rest of these trees in here with a little bit of other colors, I think it's really going to do a lot. Why don't we go ahead and try some yellow and reds on some of these as well, and see how they go. I'm pretty happy with how these little bushes and shrubs and all that are coming along. But you know what? The trees are the real trees de resistance here. For that reason, I've actually started removing some of the lichen on this one, so we can just jump right in. I'm realizing... Oh, wait, that actually would have been fine exactly where it was. I was worried that that would get washed away if I tried to... what do you call it? Put in a water bucket here. But I'm realizing, nope, that's absolutely fine where it is. Now, you might say, Joe, why would you put a water bucket there before you put in anything that requires a water bucket? Great question. Let's throw some of this incredible red and, oh, yellow core. No! It's already dead. Okay. So let's think through this problem then. In order to stop the water from escaping, I need to put extra blocks on all 4 of these. Okay. So then... we're going to put this right in the middle here. And we immediately washed away our spider web down there. But on the whole, this is going to work out okay, right? This is going to be fine. I think that what I need to do now, though, is I need to put another... coral block. I think coral blocks can be directly on top of water. We'll find out real quick if they can't be. Do they work diagonally? I wonder. We'll find that out too. But what I... Okay. Nope, they do not. But on the other hand, that means that we could put like yellow concrete powder here. And it's like, hey, that's almost a thing. It's not entirely a thing yet because we haven't covered it with lichen. So now that we have thrown the lichen atop here, that really kind of pulls the whole thing together. And we've got some red, yellows, and oranges there. I might throw in a little bit of brown. It's so early in September. I don't want to have too many clearly brown leaves on the trees. I like there being some brown dead leaves on the ground because they've dried out after falling. But I don't know that we want the trees to be full of brown. Let's go ahead and see how this goes as we carry through the rest of this grove. Time skip. I have been making some progress here on these trees. We got the first 3.5 done, which is a start. And I started realizing the more I work on these, the more these adjacent birches look problematic. So I reached out to our good friend Impulse SV here and said, I'm currently autumnifying my spawn village trees. Do you mind if I yellow the leaves by your adjacent shop by a bit? To which Impulse writes in his best Asuma impression, hello, YouTube. Sure. So, we are going to go ahead and start adding a little bit of yellow here. I know that true birch trees, unlike our petrified trees, would really only have yellow leaves. So I'm not sure what palette I want to use for this was beyond the, wool, yellow horn coral, and, what would you call it? Yellow powder, concrete powder. But I feel like we'll try yellowing just a few blocks here and there as we go, and then maybe do the whole things a bit later. But that's a start at least. We've thrown just a little bit of yellow in. Like boop. And then also like boop. And that one went beep. I don't know why that one beeped. I hope it's not explosive. This one's going beep, 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 beep. See, that when it beeps faster, that worries me. Beep, 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 beep. Huh. Apparently Ren wants me to stop by. Let's see what that's about. Time skip.
Yes.
Next!
Next!
Alrighty. There's 2 doors, right?
Wait, what? There's another door.
There's a door that goes up to the roof. I was watching out for the stew crew, or whatever they're called.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Sir Joe Hills of the Says, welcome to my most private of areas.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Things are progressing rather sadly here on the server, Sir Joe, as you have seen these past few days. The soup group continues to cause chaos amongst the civilian population.
And others.
I have attempted to inject our own royal currency into the system. It's not going well.
Yeah, when do we get paid again? I'm almost out of all those.
Okay, you use them though. You like them though, right? They're really great, right? You love them more than diamonds, right?
They're
You love them.
fantastic. I need so much concrete from Grian's shop, and he's going to be thrilled.
Exactly. Oh, you love them too, right, B-dubs? That's the
I
emeralds.
love them. I've been using them all across the land.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I want to stop anyone else ever getting diamonds again, Joe. I think it's about time we declare our second law on the server. Impulse has once again been slain.
Woo!
Yes, it's a glorious day. Okay, now I'm feeling much better.
Yes.
Joe, please stroke Impulse's head for that kill. Go.
Sorry.
That was quite aggressive strokage.
Hit my king.
I was so excited about his death. I was overtaken with passion.
Okay.
We love
We'll let it
passion
go.
in this court. It's fine. Joe, from today and forthwith and forever, I do declare the third law. Thou shalt not mine diamonds. Please go forth into the lands and make these heathens aware of this here law in whatever necessary action you deem fit to make it necessary that everybody knows not to mine diamonds. Thank you very much.
That is way
Your
more
attendance.
permission than anyone should ever give me for anything. Bye. Rendog should have never given me such a large writ of authority, I'm going to say. But why not use it? Okay, so I came over here to this thing to try and figure out where the Sioux crew or Stew group or whatever lives. And apparently when you use a name tag on a pedestal here, it renames the book or something. So we've already got one of our things. How do I actually read the book? There it is. Okay, so we need to go to East 5. And I guess we're just going to leave that there. We're making progress early. That's good. We're ahead of the game. East 5. This looks like practically East 6, but... Oh, wait, there's a little sign. Okay, yeah, the Stew crew. That's them. Great. So we'll just go through here. Is there anything in here that can be name tagged? Any little creatures or pets or anything? They have like a cow. 2 cows. Dang it, you can't name tag eggs, apparently. I tried. Let's go through. Okay, so we have emerged in their landscape. I don't think any of them are online at the moment, so we are probably in the clear. Ooh, there's one of their pets. Let's go get him. Boom. Thou shalt not mine diamonds. Hey, there's 3 more. Awesome. I know that Pearlescent Moon and Gem and Impulse love all the animals, so I'm sure that they will be delighted to see that their pets have been named with the latest royal decree. Oh, here's some of their favorite fish. Let's make sure all of their fish get named properly. Great. Okay, that's good. That's a good start there. Let's see, I think we already got this buddy. No, we didn't. There's another one. And another one. And another one. Boy, I had no idea that they had so many aquatic creatures here. Dang it, this one's hard to get. We haven't even, found... I figured that they would have, a bunch of, baby chicks and little baby cows and stuff. Like little cattle. Whatever little cattle are called. Probably calves. Any little calves here? Wow, look at how much digging this guy likes doing. He better not be looking for diamonds. He also apparently has no regard for sentient life. There's, nothing in here that deserves to be named, apparently. And, of course, having names is one of the identifying markers of intelligence. So, let's see what's up topside here. I'm sure that these are all the delightful little pets that Impulse isn't allowing near his dig, because it's too dangerous there. Well, unlike Impulse and Gem's area, where I was able to find some animals to rename, Pearl's area seems like a total dead end. So I'm thinking I should set up a temporary sign outside of her trash shop or something. Nothing permanent, just something that's easy to pop up and take down. So once she internalizes the message, we can all just move on. Time skip. Scar just threw a paper at me that says treasonous partygoer, and it has terrible caps. Terrible capitalization. Also, it was clearly 12 Asumas. Okay. I don't have time for this right now. I am trying to get this thing done. Look at this. Look at how much progress we've made. I have like 5 hours. I have 5 hours until Pearl wakes up. And this is not finished. We have to get this finished. I am basing this off of some Season 1 technology I came up with that allows me to quickly deploy and then remove things all over the server. Basically, every block underneath this structure is a half slab. So removing a single lily pad here will allow me to redeploy this elsewhere. So the Sioux Crew Stew Group, or whatever they're called, will never feel safe. Also, Scar is making me never feel safe, so it's hard to work. I need to focus. Time skip. Progress report. We're making progress, and Scar is throwing more paper at me. This one says the king will be avenged. That's unhelpful, Scar. Scar, Pearl is going to be awake any minute. Like, by which I mean, like, 3 to 5 hours. But that's like any minute. Look, you're making me place the blocks in the wrong thing. Only the plain sand goes in this plane. Time is a factor, Scar. Time is a factor. We're all on the same team here. Except for Pearl and anyone not on our team. Time skip. Not mine diamonds. Okay, so we are about to hit the top line, which is thou shalt. And I realized doing the math here, we actually need an extra pixel on this side, and we have too many pixels on that side. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove this. And we're going to prove that that definitively almost worked in terms of destroying the blocks. We do have all those slabs down here. Some of these that I'm accidentally misplacing when I'm doing the build are going to fall like that. But the ones that are in place will fall there. So we're going to need to extend one more sign out on this side and then bring that up to the top to make room for the thou shalt. Boy, I am not sure what the best way to do that is. I'm guessing probably a scaffold. Let's just go ahead and pull up a scaffold here. And we're just going to gingerly, so we don't disturb anything, add another sign. Then add that. Okay, great. So then we'll just go ahead and pull this up as high as we need to go. And now this thing will be perfectly centered, except for the fact that the post that supports it is going to be off-center. But you know what? For classic, incredible builders like Pearl, Gem, and Impulse, I'm sure that this thing being slightly off-center, they're going to be like, oh man, I bet Joe's trolling us. Oh yes, Joe's totally trolling us. That's why he's built this off-center. Boy, my Impulse is getting worse and worse. Either way, though, like, let's see how off-center this looks. If they're, like, looking at it from Pearl's roof. Ooh, or this delightful balcony here. Look at this delightful balcony. I didn't even know this was here. Well, I can't get up there easily. Can I? Parkour? Parkour. Okay. I can't get up there easily. Yeah, that's pretty clearly off-center. That's going to drive them nuts. It's going to be great. Anyway, here we go. Time skip. Scar just stuck up on me again, and he left a note that says, my head will be mine by the order of the king. I'm really trying to work on this, Scar. I have had so much coffee trying to get this done before Pearl wakes up, and if I have an actual heart attack, I am going to send you a link to the GoFundMe. I know you're not going to pay for my heart attack, but you better tell your fans to pay for my medical bills. This is not okay. I am not prepared for this. I am prepared for counting out how many blocks over the T and thou starts. Spoiler alert, it's this many. And then also how many blocks over the T in shalt is, which, let me look at my reference here. That is, the T, that one's going to be directly above the dot there. So I think that's there. Boom. Okay. We have work to do. Work to do. Time skip. It might be hard to tell from up here, but we're actually almost done. Let's look at this. We've got a whole little bit of signage on our signs in order to support these bits of yellow concrete powder. Uh-oh. No! As you can see, when concrete powder hits the water, it solidifies. So what I'm imagining is, let's say that those mean old Stew Crew folks come in here and they're like, oh, we're gonna go ahead and destroy that there sign. You know, what'll happen is the sign itself may collapse, But then the crown, the beautiful, incredible crown, will fall into the water below where it will look awesome and also be incredibly highly visible from Pearl's shop. So I'm feeling really good about this plan. So we're going to go ahead and get 4 high on each of those. We need to put a little gem in here. So I went and got some concrete powder for the gem heart of the crown. And, you know, we used the Princess Peach font from Mario 64. And this crown doesn't exactly look like Princess Peach's crown, but it's kind of close. So let's go ahead and before we do our final look, we're gonna remove that blemish, that last bit of concrete powder that fell here. I think we, dang it, this is my moment. Oh, I'm realizing I don't have a weapon and I have very low health. This was a bad plan, top to bottom. Let's flee before that guy kills us. Yeah, that was a bad plan. Okay, either way, we did successfully destroy that concrete powder. Let's see how this looks. Thou shalt not mine diamonds. And it's got a little crown. It's slightly off-center, which I'm certain will drive them nuts. This is the sort of thing that they would very deeply care about. They are master builders, and so we've got to play to our strengths and their weaknesses. Let's see how it looks. Let's say that you're rolling in here from way up high, and you're swinging by. Boom! Thou shalt not mine diamonds. Oh, it looks like the little trash guy's holding the crown. That's cute. And then in terms of, like, if you're Pearl and you're trying to use your shop, I need to remember I don't have a handy little totem anymore. Yeah, that's a pretty good view. Pretty good view. Wow, folks, I gotta say, I came back here after finishing that sign to revisit and continue working on my trees, and I complained on a live stream that I was running low on totems. I spent like 8 whole diamonds buying totems from that Impulse fella, even though he's kind of a little bit of a traitor along with the rest of that stew group. But anyway, what happens? But Corrales flies up out of nowhere with a whole box of totems here. Look at that. So Corrales is truly the best. Whether or not XP Crafted can only surmise at agreeing with me. We all know in our hearts it's tree. The trees are calling to me. I've spent so long away working on that sign. I can't even comprehend truth beyond the trees. We're going to go ahead and keep working on these. I'm not sure that we're going to have time to get to the big mangroves today. And honestly, I don't think mangroves actually change color in the fall, but that's fine. There's a reason that those are in the backyard. I just want to get these front yard ones done and maybe mess with the birch a little bit. Time skip. We have autumnified not only the trees immediately in front of our Elvira's House of Horrors here, but also some of the birch in the general vicinity. I feel like having some of these birch turn yellow in the backdrop just gives the whole thing a better, I don't know, sense of reality. What doesn't is that a creeper blew a hole where Scar's tree is supposed to go. So the Scar's tree sign is gone now. And so we're just going to fill that in with coarse dirt. It's fine. Yay, coarse dirt. And maybe throw some lichen over there so it doesn't, get us. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. So we still have a spot set aside for Scar's tree whenever he decides he wants to work on it. But we have a beautiful kind of backdrop to our multicolored trees with some single-colored trees here. Why don't we go ahead and see how that looks from the sky? Having perceived your questions about what this would look like from the sky, I am decided to fly over here, whoosh, like Zeus. This is looking pretty good. These individual trees each took about 1/5 the time that one of these more complicated trees took, but the overall effect of filling them in the backdrop, getting that parallax in there, I just absolutely love it. And I tried to do it in such a way that even if B-Dubs came up here on his balcony and was like, "What is that Joe Hills guy doing over there?" He'd see that and go, "Oh, okay. yeah, that's pretty all right. You know, it might not be perfect, but it's pretty acceptable. Anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me this episode. I know that I've got a lot to get done next episode, so I better go get started on that now. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.